So this is 3.5 problem set. And numbers 1 through 12 are asking you to find the slope of the line through the following pairs of points. So remember, slope is the difference in y's over the difference in x's. So like for number 2, you're going to take the difference between 1 and 4 and the difference between 3 and 5. And you get negative 3 over negative 2. Two negatives give you a positive. So there's your slope. Then they want you to plot each pair of points. So you're going to take your 3, 1 and 5, 4, and you're going to put them on a graph, and you are going to plot them. 3, 1, 5, 4, and draw your line right there. And then it says indicate the rise and run. Don't worry about that part of it. 13 through 22, in each of the following, graph the line with the given slope and y-intercept b. So all you're going to do for that one, if we were to take number 14, m equals 3/4 and b equals negative 2, you're going to graph that negative 2 because that's the y-intercept, so where it crosses y. And then I'm going to go from there, and then remember my slope is y over x, up 3 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my point right there. And then I'm going to draw my line, and it's going to go through those 2 points, and I'm good. Alright, 23 through 26. Find the slope and y-intercept for each line. Okay, so let's look at number 24 here. Alright, so there's my lane drawing of number 24. And let's see what they're looking for. We're looking for the slope. Alright, so I've got 2 points here. Here and here. What I'm looking for is how far I had to go down and then over to get to the next point, or how far I needed to go over and up to get to the next point. Doesn't matter which one you do. So let's start here. I went down 1, 2, 3, 4. So I went down 4, so that's my y. And then I went over from here, and that's my x. So I went down 4 and over 2. So when I go down, that means I went negative 4. And because I went right 2, I went over 2 positive. So 4 over 2 is 2, and then I drag my negative. So my slope is negative 2. Then they're asking what the y-intercept is. Where does this line cross the y-axis? Well, it crosses it at 1, 2, 3, 4. So when y is 4, x is 0. So it crosses at 4. So y-intercept equals 4. And that's how you would do those graphs there, 23 to, 26. So 27 to 36, you're finding the slope and the y-intercept given those equations. Let's look at number 36. We have negative 4x plus 5y equals 20. Alright, so in order to have an equation and be able to find the slope and the y-intercept, you've got to rearrange this equation, just like we had talked about before, into this format. Slope times x plus the y-intercept. So we have to solve this for y. So we're going to add 4x to both sides, and those will go away. So now we have 5y equals 20 plus 4x, and let's switch that around. 4x, that always goes first. And then we divide by 5, and that cancels, so we have y equals, and again we split these up, 4/5 x plus 20 over 5, and 20 over 5 will reduce, 2, 4. So there's my equation, and then now I'm able to get my slope and y-intercept. So here's my slope, number in front of the x, there's my y-intercept. Alright, then it asks us to graph. Alright, let's make this a little bit. Let's get some stuff out of the way. There's the equation, that's all I really need there. And let's get my graph over here. First point, always first point is going to be my y-intercept at 4. Then I look at my slope. My slope says 4 over 5. So that means that my y over x is going to be 5 over 4. So that means I start at my y-intercept and I go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then x says over 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the point that I'm looking for right there. And I draw a line, and I'm done. So that's how you do 27 to 36. Numbers 37 to 46 just give you different bits of instructions. Let's just look real quickly at what they've got there. Let's look at 44. Alright, graph the line y equals negative 1/2 x minus 2. Alright, then name the slope and y-intercept by looking at the graph. Well, that's kind of silly because we know the slope is negative 1/2. We know the y-intercept is negative 2 just from looking at the equation. And if they're asking me to graph it, I'm going to get my handy dandy graph paper there. Always start at your y-intercept, which is negative 2. And then I'm going to look at my slope, negative 1/2. So is that negative 1 or over 2 or 1 over negative 2? Again, it doesn't matter. Let's do both of those just to show. Do that in black. So we're going to start at our y-intercept. This says go down 1 over 2. Down 1 over 2. And we're going to end up here. This one over here says go up 1, left 2. So we go up 1, left 2, and we end up here. Again, notice they're on the same line, so it doesn't matter which one is negative as long as one of them is. And as you continue on with this problem set up through 55, we've got 47 to 52. And 47 to 50, you're just filling in the table. So they give you an equation. Remember, let's look at 47 real quick here and make some room here. 47 says that we're given a y value of 3. Now remember what I said when we had a graph? If a y value is 3 and we have no x, we have a horizontal line that goes across at 3. Alright, what is the graph of a horizontal, or the slope of a horizontal line? It's 0. Okay, so the next one says, alright, well then let's look at what we've got if we have a graph y equals 3x. Okay, so what's my slope? My slope is my slope intercept is this. Do I have a b that I'm adding here? No, I don't. So my slope or my y-intercept is 0. So that means it crosses right there. Okay, and if my slope is 3, the number in front of my x, that means it's the same as 3 over 1 because I need to make it into a fraction. And it says I go up 3 over 1. So up 3 over 1. And I get my line right there. And what does that give me for a slope? Well, it gives me a slope of 3. And that's all they were asking for, is what is the slope? And that's always the number in front of the x value. And you'll do the same with the rest of them there. 51 and 52 are following instructions as far as doing what they're asking you to do there. And 53 to 55, they're again asking you to follow those instructions. So just look at the graphs and be able to determine what they're looking at. So for example, if you were to look at 53, how much is the copier worth after 5 years? Well, you look over at the time in years on the horizontal line, and it says the copier, let's see, we're over 5 and up at 6. So the copier's worth $6,000 in 5 years. So you're just looking at the graph and making a determination on those. Don't worry about the letter E on 53. And on 55, don't worry about the letter E either. So just do the first 4 for 53 and 55, and that's it for the problem set of 3.5.